Hold up.
Hey, SMU crew. I hope you guys are having an amazing, amazing Wednesday, middle of the week. It's so fun. I'm obviously not working from my office, and who knows, I can hear the little man stirring over there. Who knows when he'll wake up and say, Mom, I'm hungry. But, that's how newborn life goes. As you pop on in, say hello so I know who's watching in the chat. I'm super excited to see you guys here. We are going to have a blast. Now, this is an issue that comes up a lot. Now, let me make sure also that I can see who's all watching and see comments, because sometimes it doesn't show you all the comments on desktop and it drives me crazy. Let me just make sure it's muted. Awesome. Okay, I can see all the comments. Perfect. So one of the things that seems to happen a lot for social media managers, for really any entrepreneur, anyone who's not working in a 9-to-5 where things are already lined out for everyone, is that we all kind of seem to suffer from this same itis, which is, oh, did it say it was going to be in Zoom? I switched only because I switched computers. Let me just make sure to announce then in the event that I'm switching to a live for this one. Let me hop on into the event and just let everyone know that I switched to a live because I wanted to be downstairs and not in my office right now. So let me just let everyone know. Oh, it says Zoom link if applicable. That's why. Okay, here we go. This is being hosted in a Facebook Live due to little man and working from the couch instead of the office. Okay. So one of the things I want you guys to do while I'm just posting that update in here is tell me if you have experienced days where you feel like you don't get anything done. Anyone have days like that where you sit there, you're spinning your wheels? I'll say hi to everyone too, by the way. Hi, Michael. Hi, Natalia, Ashley, Lariana. We've got Ruth Evelyn, Faye. We've got Nick, Tracy, Nicole. Holy cow, it's a full house. Jackie. Okay, so I posted that update in the group, in the event, so everyone knows where it is. We are not doing a Zoom just because then I'm going to go upstairs and I feel like today I just need to work from the couch, just need to focus. And my office is kind of distracting to me when I can hear the little guy talking downstairs. So everyone feel like there's so many days we don't get anything done. So what we're suffering from is this itis. The itis is called missing time-itis. It's kind of a made-up Rachel term. I've used it before. But missing time-itis, there's like a gremlin that's stealing all of your time, and you're like, what the heck? How are some people able to build multi-million-dollar brands and other people like me? I just sat down and 3 hours later, I know everything that's happening on social media, but I don't have the business of my dreams, right? Anyone experience that? It's kind of crazy. So one of the things that we have to do before we even dive into time management, what it looks like to manage your time, is first and foremost, I want everyone to recognize if you're on this, there's probably a good reason you're wondering where your missing time is going. How come some people are able to get everything done? Maybe you find yourself saying, I just wish there were more hours in the day. But the reality is, for most of us, if you're not running a business already that's doing $10, $20, $30,000 a month or more, you might be finding that, yeah, there's time that's being wasted. Now, if you're at 10, 20, 30, 40,000, there's a very good chance you're working quite a bit and not necessarily letting distractions get in the way. So every single one of us watching this today, when you're like, where's my time going? I need help with time management. We have to admit that we have a problem, right? This is something that came to my attention probably, I want to say 6 or 7 months ago, where sometimes I would get a ton done and sometimes I would feel like I was just sitting there and I was like, I am leaving the couch or the office or wherever I was working feeling so down about myself. And there were a couple things that I didn't realize, and it's kind of interesting because they actually feed into each other. Now, why was I feeling down on myself? Well, A, because I didn't get anything done, but right there is a huge indication that something was off. I love this. Cat says, I still waste time. So there was a huge indication that something was off with my time management because I was allowing way too much time for browsing social media. And it's kind of crazy because our jobs, our lives, our livelihood are all on social media. But do you ever leave a social media platform and you just feel like icky, you feel gross, you feel compared to, you feel like you've compared yourself to others, you feel like you're comparing others to you, and suddenly you're like, wow, I was looking for recipes on Pinterest and now I'm leaving feeling like my entire wardrobe stinks, and now I'm feeling like I don't have everything in place. Or maybe you went on Instagram and now you're looking at all of the guys with six packs and you're frustrated. The reality is, because our livelihood is on social media, you actually need to safeguard the time that you put into social media, because we, unlike other people who can unplug for 9 hours a day, other people can unplug for 10 hours a day. Some people don't even log on to social media except for on the weekends because it's not at the forefront of their mind all the time, right? But for us, we have to log on. It's kind of like one of those tricky things. For example, I've always thought it was easier to quit drinking than like overeating. For me, it was easy to quit drinking because it's like, that's pretty simple. I just don't have any. But if I had an issue with overeating, it would be difficult for me to quit because you can't just stop eating, right? Same thing with social media. When our jobs are on social media, it's very difficult to just not go on and browse and see what's happening, right? We have to log on. Shannon, I'm with you. I'm like, no, I love social media. I want to know what's happening. So one of the things that I really want you guys to hone in on is recognizing how much of your time is being spent actually producing content, creating content, working with your clients, working to secure clients. And so how much of your time, there's obviously quite a bit of your time that's also being wasted just on social media. Anyone brave enough to admit what you find yourself wasting time on when you suddenly are down a vortex of 15 cat videos or something? You're sitting there, you're browsing through Instagram. Before you know it, you are on your 17th celebrity page and you're like, what am I doing? This has nothing to do with my line of work. But you didn't have that distinction that this was work time, not playtime. So one of the things for me that was huge was recognizing that. Everyone here can say like, okay, I think I have a problem. I spend way too much time on social media. I spend too much time doing things I don't need to be doing online. Everyone here, right? YouTube is super dangerous. Has been one that's really difficult for me. I like to watch those really clickbaity videos. I think they're really fascinating. I think they're awesome. And then before you know it, you just feel like garbage because you didn't get the things done that you wanted to. It's another day where you feel bummed about not achieving your goals. So one of the things that we're going to do, I'm going to see if I can screen share from here, but sometimes it doesn't work. I think it's going to not work this time. But one of the things I'm going to do with you guys, we are going to, weird, today my Google Drive keeps reverting to my client's Google Drive and it keeps distracting me. And I'm like, so I just have to sign out of all those accounts because it keeps, every time it pops up, I'm like, why am I in my client's account? Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys one of my favorite processes for time management. Now, don't worry, this isn't some crazy, like, expensive, software. This isn't, get time back. This isn't some tactic. This is something that has worked for generations. Okay, just 1 second while I switch accounts. I just want my Google Drive, not my client's Google Drive. Is it that hard? There we go. I'm logged out of his. Okay, so one of the things that every single one of us can do is recognize what triggers that feel-good feeling when it comes to time management. For every single one of us, it's going to be different. I personally am not a fan of like tactics and fancy software. I feel like those things are actually distracting, if anything. I am a huge fan of simple. But what you have to decide is what feels good to me. Does time management using straight up a notebook and pen and paper feel good? Does crossing something off of a list feel good? Does typing something up feel awesome? Does deleting something or changing the color of something feel good? So I'm going to share this with you guys. I'm going to show you what my usual time management looks like. And it's kind of interesting because I'll show you guys some snapshots into my calendar as well. I'll share those into this doc right here. But go ahead and take a look. So this is where I keep track of everything. This one's a blank one because most of my to-do lists have a ton of links and lots of client passwords and everything. But having a to-do list is everything. You have to decide what you like. Because here's the thing. It doesn't matter how in the world you manage your time if you don't put something in there that's valuable. If you are someone who blocks out 2 hours for content creation, you are going to be in the same exact space because you're going to spend 2 hours on social media wondering, why in the world did I not get my content created? So first and foremost, the secret is not in just blocking off time. The secret is in actually creating action steps for yourself. Anyone have like a cool aha with that? Like the secret is action steps. So not vague concepts. It's breaking things down into bite-sized pieces that you can handle. So this would be a pretty typical to-do list for me. Let's say, for example, okay, I have to get my client campaigns launched. Okay, so I need to, let's say the client is called 123. I need to write 123 copy. I need to design 123 graphics in Canva. I need to determine the targeting and then place 123 ads, okay? So we've got that, and that's batched out. Now, if you were to just place Facebook ads, that feels like a big looming pressure where you're not quite sure, okay, how do I handle this? How do I manage this? So when I block out my time, I know for a fact that I can go ahead and go to my to-do list. It's going to tell me what the next couple of action steps are. I'll show you guys a couple more things. Write SMU newsletter. And I'll show you how this all comes together in just a moment. So write SMU newsletter. Drop value in Elite. Answer clicks Voxer messages. Send newsletter to Kellyanne. Okay, so that's about good. Now there are a couple different things that I like to do when I'm creating this, and there's kind of like a key. You can give yourself a key to it. So for me, like this would be urgent. This could be someday. And then down the road, what you can do is bump all of those. You can rearrange it if you want, put the urgent ones up at the top, put the someday ones down at the bottom. But one of the things that you can do with this is recognize when you have a block of time that you've secured. Now, like I said, the key is in action steps. The to-do list is your action steps for time management. That's what makes sure that you get things done that you've been wanting to get done. So when you have the stars by the urgent tasks, you know instantly, I'm going to go straight to that task. That is the first thing I'm going to do. So if I was like, oh my gosh, the newsletter is due to go out, I have to do that. Perfect. So first thing when I wake up in the morning, I know for a fact that I can go ahead and hop on in and get some of that work done. So for example, I'll show you guys what that would look like. I've got, okay, I think I can share a screenshot. So let's see. This is, I just want to see one calendar. I'm not like the best in the world with tech, some of it, which is good. Okay, there we go. Now we've got it. All right, I'll share this with you guys. And this is what allows me to know exactly what I need to be working on. And you're going to find your own verbiage for creating your action steps. You're going to find your own what feels right. So go ahead and take a peek at what my calendar looks like in the Google Doc that I linked you guys to. So you can see 9 to 10 a.m. I have SMU Elite Click Voxers. Those usually come first. Then I try to hop into Elite and answer any questions that have been waiting for me. I go into SMU, make sure everything's working, that people are answering questions. 10 a.m. we're going to focus on content creation. For me, what that means is creating graphics, or maybe I would normally batch that out as like client work. To 12 p.m. I'm going to be working with Marley on something. 1 p.m. I have a call, but I also know that during that 1 p.m. hour, I have to announce the member, like the member of the week. And then I've got everything just blocked out perfectly so that way I know, okay, go back to my list. What do I need to get done? Now, once I finish the things on my list that are my action steps, I'm going to go ahead, and this is one of my favorite parts. As a part of your key, you're going to have a color or something that you use for done. Done. And that way your eye doesn't even stress about those things anymore. So I'm like, awesome, I've got this done. I've got this done. And over time, the longer you use a to-do list, whether it's that notebook and pen, some people love that. I used to love that. Lately, I'm digital because I'm so fed up with paper. I can't handle having any more paper around me or any more stuff. I just want stuff on computers. So your eye is going to start to only notice the things that either have not been crossed out or that are in black. And so for me, that's super helpful. My eye immediately goes here. Okay, so look, all of these are in purple. This one here is in black, and there's 2 stars by it. So that's kind of important if you think about it. Like, that's really important. So that's the very first thing I'm going to work on right there. This is first today. And just by taking that time to differentiate it, something that could have slipped my memory for a week or something that I've been lagging on for a long time becomes a priority in my time management. Now, I'll hop back into the chat in just a moment, but the reason that you guys, this is so important is because there are certain disciplines that we don't get better at if we don't train ourselves to be disciplined, and one of them is taking action. So for the longest time, I had an email list that I wasn't doing anything with. I wasn't emailing them. I wasn't delivering value. I wasn't putting content out there regularly. I'm still not great about blogging. That's okay. I've got social platforms. I've got my emails going out. I've got Facebook ads. That's fine. But obviously, emailing my list was something that I wanted to get good at. It doesn't happen by just saying, oh, I got to start emailing my list. No, create a plan and an action step. This is why I've been able to get so many things done, probably more than I should have committed to in the course of 2.5 years, to be honest with you guys, and definitely more than I should have committed to in my final trimester and having a baby. But all of that being said, there's another thing that you can add to your key once you start to bring more people onto your team. And so you can create whatever system you want for this, but this would be outsource. Now, you can outsource to your team, you can outsource to freelancers, you can outsource to an intern or whoever you want. But if you were, let's say this was not done here, and let's say you wanted to make sure that these things got done and you were like, I'm good at placing ads, but the copy is what really slows me down. So now you know that you can outsource this entire line right here. So it's as simple as sending a Facebook message or an email to someone. Hey, can you please write the copy for 123 client? Now it's certain to get done, and you get to focus on this here, the thing that needs to get done, and then come back and focus on these things to make them purple. Kind of cool, right? So creating this key and making sure that you understand exactly what that means is literally going to transform your business. Tracy, yeah, I do use Google. Let me see. Yeah, it's in Google. I've got it so you are all set to view it. There we go. I can't share my screen here, which is driving me crazy. Let me see if I can find a way to do that. Otherwise, I'll share the list after this training. But I do everything in Google Drive. Are you guys not able to see it? Some people are and some people aren't, it looks like. So how do you handle interruptions during your blocked out times? Well, for example, like right now, oh, that's what it is. Okay, so if you're on a mobile device, you may not be able to see it, but I will drop the link in, or I guess I'll just make sure it's available once we put this training into the SMU portal for sure. So, okay, got it. And I know you can access it on a mobile device if you have Google Drive on your mobile device, but it's not like a smooth transition. So another way that I could put this, we'll share it with the training. So one of the things that is huge about this is that when you create actionable steps that you know are your go-to things, that's what keeps you on track. Charity, I definitely know what it's like to have distractions. I have a ton of distractions. You know, an email will come in or a call will come through, or, you know, my family stops by, they have a question to ask, my baby needs to be fed, whatever it is. What helps more than anything, it's not so much that the blocked out time is do not disturb time. Oh, we got a baby. I'll take the baby. It's not so much that it's do not disturb time. It's more like, this is time for me to focus on this. And if I need to book twice as much time to make sure that I'm able to get through all my action steps, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'll take the baby. You guys want to see the baby? Oh, the baby. Here we go. There's the baby. He's been kind of cranky today. So one of the biggest things that I make sure of is that I double up on the time that I need in order to get those tasks done. And so that is really helpful to me. It's like, okay, it might take me only 15 minutes to get my newsletter done, but if I don't ever get it done, then it's not any good. It's a moot point, right? Anyone feel that way? Like, okay, I've got things on my to-do list, they're goals. Thanks for the love. He's kind of cranky. Want to say hi? Oh yes, say hello. We've got a chunky baby. So by blocking out an hour, you're giving yourself overlap or the freedom to be able to move around different things. By giving yourself an hour instead of 15 minutes, you're not on a tight deadline. So you would focus on getting the starred items done first and then move to the other things. Do you want to say hello, SMU? Say hello. Say, I'm the real boss. I'm the real boss. Not so much. He's actually awake and looking around and stuff, which is fun because he's just been crabby today, right? So crabby. That's been huge for me though, is like not undercutting myself in time and giving myself barriers. So something takes 15 minutes, that's fine. I'm going to give myself an hour so I can focus on that urgent task that started and then maybe get a couple more things done on the list. Yes, there will be distractions. Yes, there will be interruptions. Yes, you'll need to eat, right? Right? Yeah. He's still kind of just a bump on the log. But then you're able to get back in and be like, okay, I have 5 more minutes. I can knock out this one thing on my to-do list in 5 minutes. So I hope that that is super, super helpful for you guys. I know this is a mini training, but I think that's going to be a big aha for a lot of you, that it's not about just blocking out time. It's not just about creating wish lists. It's about creating actionable steps. Let me make sure there aren't any recent questions that I'm missing. I love it. Okay, looks like there, I know there was one question about, oh no, it wasn't a question about Trello. Dodge, this is, sorry, I switched because I do Zoom on my computer upstairs and I wanted to come downstairs because I knew that this was a ticking time bomb right here. I didn't know what his timeline was going to be like. He's really, really strong. So sorry about the transition. I hopped into the event to try to let everyone know, but there will be a replay to this. This will be in the SMU portal, which is an awesome part of having Jess on the team so she can make sure everything gets into the SMU portal. You guys are taken care of. Everyone here, pick your poison, a pen and paper or notepads or Google Docs or whatever it is that is best for you, whatever gives you that awesome the feel-good endorphins of getting something done. I don't think so, David. So write your to-do list, but then create a code around them. And you guys will see what I'm talking about when you're by a computer and you're able to hop into the Google Doc. You'll see what it's like. So add the stars so that you get the urgent things done first. Then you're going to be able to outsource down the road, but only outsourcing the tasks you hate or the ones that you don't specialize in. And then from there, then you're going to be able to understand, okay, this is how much time I need to block out to actually get these things done. You'll start to see it, you'll start to feel it, and it's an awesome rhythm to get into. So I thought you guys would appreciate just this last minute little put together of what my system looks like. Thankfully, it's not crazy complicated. It's not difficult. It's not expensive. I am a fan, you guys know, of stupid, simple things that are so easy to do that I could teach Dakota how to do them. Well, okay, kind of, but you know what I mean. Like, that's important to me. I want to make sure that my team can handle things, that I could bring in a stranger and they could support me, which I've done several times. And then, yeah, that's what it comes down to. So I will see you guys later. And let me know, by the way, once I'm finished filming this, if you like these little mini trainings where we just hop in, deliver value, you take the nuggets, and then you enjoy. All right, I'll see you guys later. Gotta end the video before he eats, right?